if you're doing what you're supposed to do within the context of the body, when you're not here, you will be missed because you're bringing something that we need. And not everybody needs to be at the microphone. Not everybody needs to be playing an instrument or singing or you running a camera or being on the live stream. Not everybody needs those kind of public-looking jobs. Otherwise, now you sound like Korach. I want your job. I want this job. Well, what about the one he gave you? Okay? And some of you are thinking, I don't know what my gifting is. Can you help me figure it out? Stop it, because you're looking for something much more glorified or, big. Some of you provide an incredible service to the people that are in this group because of the relationships you have with them at the right moment when needed, that did everything that you could have possibly desired to do for somebody. You gave them what they needed by being there, whatever it was that you did. And it doesn't have to be something that's very public, but yet he says that everybody, it says, is knit together. It doesn't say, by the way, we just knit together. We're knit together by what? By what we do, by what every joint supplies. And this is according to the working by which each part does its share. If we're going to be focused on things from the right perspective, let me give you the perspective that I think is right anyway. If you're going to be selfish about this, you're going to be looking at, how do I get into the kingdom? If you're going to have the right perspective, you recognize that if you get in the kingdom, you're getting into a place that is a community living together forever. And so you bring something to that community. You bring your personality, you bring your fun, you bring your joy, you bring your compassion, you bring your mercy, you bring your understanding, you bring your listening ear, you bring something, whatever it is, you bring something. So when you ask me, what's my gifting? I don't know. What do you do on a regular basis that seems to just flow naturally out of you that other people are blessed by? And don't think it has to be something flashy. It could be something like you're a really great listener. Not just because you sit there, but because you demonstrate in your face and your body language empathy, sympathy, that you're actively listening. I'll just use that as an example because that's something I'm not the greatest at, okay? But I'm glad somebody else is. Because the body needs those people. And they need them, by the way, just as much as teaching. You get all the teaching you want, but if nobody actually expresses any caring for you and empathy and sympathy, you're not going to get anywhere anyway. But you can help people feel loved or appreciated or valued. These are great gifts. And the body needs, it's like the lifeblood and oxygen of the body. But you want to get excited about the very, more showy big deal. Let me tell you something. Don't want this job. Because if you're up here, you say, oh yeah, but people say, oh Rabbi, you're so great and all this. Yeah, but you don't hear the rest of it. Everybody that leaves says it's because of me. They all say it. Every one of them. Do you want this job? They're going to do that to you too. They will. It's not just me. Whoever's in this job gets that. Ask anybody that's ever been a pastor, worked with pastors, worked with congregations. It's always the head's fault. Well, if he wasn't such a blah, 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 I would stay. No, you wouldn't. Okay? You'd have another reason to leave for some other thing. But yet, enjoy your role. Actually, enjoy the fact that your role is a whole lot less visible. Because I don't know how many of you would be so wonderfully pleased with if the microscope came on your life. And everything about your life, in context or out of context, was starting to be talked about and placed everywhere. That's why more and more people of quality don't want to run for politics, because as soon as you go in the public, they're going to just find everything they can to twist it into whatever they can to embarrass you and everything else. And who would want that level of scrutiny? But yet, you guys do what you do this way. It doesn't make any sense.